Hey, Damon, happy Monday, dude. How are you, man?
I am awesome, Curt. Did you have a good weekend?
Oh my goodness gracious. If it was any better, dude, you would have had to call 911. It was just so amazing. Did your Seahawks win?
They did. I was just going to check to see if the Buffalo Bills won for you
Hey,
this weekend.
37-3. Thank you very much. So, okay.
Oh,
So
nice.
big football weekend. Just it's fall, best time of the year. And hey, how about man, people are already we got Karen Rivera is in the house. She's looking forward to this one. We've got John Baglino. Dan Bigger says 1 minute. The time is killing me, and he's so proud of us because we started on time. So, all right, as everybody's sitting down for this one, because like this is such a long overdue. Damon, are you sitting down for this one, dude? Are you? Did you get a good
Yes, I
night's sleep?
am.
Did you get a good
I
night's sleep?
did. I got a good night's sleep, so I'm ready to go. I got plenty of coffee too,
Okay,
full jug.
let's do. So, Sami Birch is in the house. Sami, happy Monday, my friend. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Hi, happy Monday to you both. I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh my goodness gracious! Once again, Damon, you might have to call. Hey, look who's here! Apparently,
Emily.
Steelers won. So
Steelers won.
so all right. I think they're 2-1, and so hey, check out this friend, this little fellow
Ooh,
Michiganer.
West Michigan bestie.
Are you if you're from Michigan? Are you a Michiganer?
Yep, a Michigander.
Michigander. Thank you very much. So,
Oh, okay.
Sami, let's go here. We have a ton to unpack, tons to talk about. We are on a mission today. See what I did? Okay, we're going to talk about mission, right? So, Sami, when Damon, let's just go there, right? We're just going
Let's
to.
go.
All right, are you ready, Sami? When you were a little girl growing up, who was your hero? Who was your hero
Ooh,
as a little girl growing up, Sami?
my grandma.
Oh, great answer.
Yeah,
Let's
my grandma
Nice, nice,
Rose.
hear it.
nice.
Grandma Rose.
Yeah, that's her name. She's still with us.
What a great name.
91
Nice.
years young.
Let's hear 91.
Sweet.
Grandma's 91. God bless her.
Rocking it.
Let's hear about. I want to hear all about Rose. Why was Rose, Grandma Rose? Why was she your hero as a little girl growing up?
She just always kind of took care of business and uh, was always a person that inspired me to do anything I wanted to do. Always kind of was in my corner and encouraging me to try new things. And she also was like a very tenacious lady. So like she just showed me to stand up for myself. And she's the kind of person who would like, I think she like went to a march on Washington when she was younger and she was
Woo.
in picket lines and stuff. She was just the kind of person who stood up for what she believed in, and she still does to this day, even though sometimes that's difficult to navigate at this time. But she's just such an awesome lady, and she was actually in manufacturing herself. Back, she worked at an airline, kind of on the line at an airline component supplier in our town. So yeah, she just is the kind of person who's kind of done everything. She worked doing taxes in her retirement until just a few years ago when she decided to stop doing that. But and after she left, she worked at H&R Block. And after she left there, she started volunteering with United Way to help people with their taxes.
Yeah.
So she's just this kind of person who, you know, takes the reins, gets involved, and helps others when she can. So
Nice.
Well, I love it. And how about this comment here? Emily says Rosie the Riveter, man.
that's her.
That was
Yeah.
so inspiration. And Sami, thank you for sharing that. So hey, next when you see Grandma Rose, you let her know that we're sending her tons of love and for her tenacity, her drive. What an inspiration! Active in the community, active with manufacturing, and so. Damon, did you get chills on that one? Just think about Grandma
Yeah.
Rose. Just like,
Yeah.
all
I
right.
was writing the stuff down, man.
Everybody's fired up for Grandma Rose.
Yeah.
All right, so Sami,
Aw.
let's take it to the next step. Okay, so I believe Grand Valley State. Do I have that correct? Are you Grand
Correct.
Valley? So
Go Lakers.
so you go off to college and you pursue a path at Grand Valley, and now you've brought your talents, your skill set, your superpowers into the world of manufacturing. And guys, we're here with Sami Birch. We encourage you, we invite you, connect with Sami if you're not already. Gosh, what are you waiting for? Connect with her on LinkedIn. You want to see all the exciting things going on. But Sami, what after college? Let's go there. What was your degree at college? And talk about post college. How did you bring your talents to manufacturing?
Yeah, thanks for asking. In school, I studied writing as my major. That's a place that I feel, and my professors felt like I was skilled. I kind of was like floating in outer space, not really sure what I wanted to do. My minor's in business. I wanted to do international business. I thought I wanted to be a teacher, but really where I excelled was in writing. And at some point I was like, okay, I just need to finish something. So let's go and be a writer. Yeah. Once I graduated, I think the department had connected me with a gal named Robin Gordon, now Robin Shoup, who worked at an automation company here in West Michigan. They were looking for technical writers and I needed a job. So I tried it out, and I'll tell you what, on my first day, or for my first interview, was the first time I'd ever seen a FANUC robot, or any robot arm for that matter. Yeah. And I felt like I am in way over my head, but I've got to have this job. So I'm going to try my best. And even if it's only 6 months and I can get a writing job elsewhere, I'm going to try it. But I ended up really loving it. I love the relationships that I built, the mentorship I had, the kind of learning how things were made. And I had some opportunity to grow there. So I was in tech writing for a couple of years, and there wasn't really an official marketing department. But the company that I worked for had then seen some growth too and needed to form a marketing department. So I had an opportunity to join that. Because up until then, we had just been helping, like the documentation team was helping with marketing related things. So I got to kind of dip my toe in there. So yeah, that's kind of the beginning of the journey into marketing for manufacturing automation. Do you want me to keep going?
Wow.
Some more?
You know what? Let's unpack that for a second, Damon. And the short answer is yes, but Damon, would you?
Well, I mean, because I'm just trying to put myself in your shoes, Sammy, coming into that, not knowing much about it, but the cool part, if you're a curious person, like I think you would be being a writer, it had to be amazing, the learning and then being able to write about these things. Because there's just so much to learn, so many things. You were said, learning how things are made. Oh my goodness. That had to just be like a mind blower for you on some of these things.
Absolutely. 100%. The only thing I had to like even relate it to is this show that I used to watch. I think it was on Food Network called Unwrapped, and you'd see like how candies got manufactured.
Yeah.
And I work there now, basically.
Yeah.
And it was, just exciting. Just like you said, I'm pretty curious in general. So being able to like learn from other experts on how things are done and be exposed to entire like components of the world that I just had never learned about. It was really amazing. And, it still is. I still learn stuff every day here. And it's been fun at Mission to do so many like problem-solving projects, trade show machines, things like that, where we get to dream up ideas and figure it out with a team together, like literally on a whiteboard. How are we going to do this? It's really awesome.
Well, hey, and your fellow Western Michiganer says, hey, my career path was very similar. And she goes, I was a tech writer as well. And hey, she just dropped it. I love this. I remember watching manufacturing processes like that on Mr. Rogers, man. Man, Emily, I didn't think you were old enough to remember Mr. Rogers. So, Damon, I grew up at Mr. Rogers. So, anyway, all right, Sammy, let's take it another step further. So, you go to college, and, like all college kids, we're going to go conquer the world and change the world and all that fun stuff. You start bringing your talents into manufacturing, and you stayed. You just loved it. Just let's lead up into your career to Mission, and then we're going to take a deep dive. Damon, we got something really juicy we got a little surprise for you, Sammy and I do. But Sammy, let's lead up to your journey to when you got the Mission. What was your career looking like then?
So for I guess about 3 years before I joined Mission in 2020, I had been managing the global CRM for the company I was working for. And so I got an awesome opportunity to travel a lot. I traveled all around the US to different facilities. I also had a wonderful opportunity to go to Singapore, France, and Romania. And all of these different companies had different ways of managing their data. And we had to get them all aligned on the same, I guess, for lack of a better way of saying it, but speaking all the same language so we could make meaning out of the data. And so just learning that entire side of that process, and wow, Like
Yeah.
there's a whole other area of business that I had no idea existed. And I'm so grateful I got the opportunity to explore that and learn from that. And then in 2020, my life changed a bit. I had a baby. My little daughter joined our life, and I was kind of at a point in my career where I needed to kind of take a step back a little bit, maybe slow down a little and focus on family. And I was feeling that way. And then I almost as if I like manifested it, I got a call from a former colleague, Scott Lindeman, who is a CEO of Mission, who I got to talking to about, where I was at, and they were looking for somebody to come do writing related work here at Mission. And I took the jump, and it's been awesome ever since. It's been a lot of learning and growing and relationship building, and it's been so fun.
Well, this is this is Sami. I'm
Good
so glad
stuff.
you're here. Now, is your daughter Cece? Is that who Cece is?
Yeah, she is. She loves Emily too. She and Emily have met each other. We had a beach day out here in Michigan this summer.
Who doesn't love Emily? And you know what? I might see Emily next week in person. Emily, we got to make that happen. And so,
Very cool.
How about I'm going to hit this. And so, Dan, a little surprise for you. We're going to take a dive into it. But Dan Bigger asked a phenomenal question. Dan Bigger, thank you, brother. I'd like to know your biggest challenge. What has been your biggest challenge being a woman in manufacturing? How do you address that question, Sami?
I guess I want to preface by saying I've been really fortunate to have a lot of awesome people in my life and in my corner, career-wise. But something that I have experienced many times is like I will be standing next to obviously other men. I'm almost always the only woman in the room. And so often when I'm talking to new people, they almost don't look at me for the answer, or like sometimes when conversations are happening, it's like I'm just there to help. As if I'm not the expert, or it's just one of those things that we learn to, we're working actively to, I guess, end the stereotype, or I don't know how else to say it, but I feel like women have to work harder to prove they know what they're talking about in manufacturing. And, but I haven't really experienced this at Mission. And even before in my former, at my former employers, people have really, really been supportive and encouraging and helpful. And so that's been, just like what Emily's saying, it's the worst, or like you're not even there. Like that happens a lot of times. Like you're just there to, I don't know,
get
waters for people.
It's just wrong.
It's
just wrong.
Hey, you know what? Damon does that to me all the time, Sami. So don't feel bad.
Damon.
I'm just kidding, Damon. So so fantastic question. And we'll take a deeper dive into this. And again, for your, Grandma Rose, yourself, Emily, all of our friends that are in manufacturing, we salute you. We applaud you. We commend you guys for being the pioneers and just your tenacity, your relentlessness of putting up with us goofy guys. We're not the sharpest tools in the shed, right? I'm speaking for all those guys. But anyway, we welcome, the new dynamic of women in manufacturing is such a powerful shift, and it's going to create such a great competitive. It is.
Oh, yeah.
Is creating such a powerful competitive advantage for U.S. manufacturing. So how about, Damon, let's give a little round of applause for all of our women in manufacturing. And so we just thank you for putting up with us guys. So thank you for that. Sami, let's go here. Go, Damon, do you have a comment?
Well, yeah. I just feel very fortunate that when I was in my late 20s yet, and then my first leadership position running a facility, I had women alongside of me that they were awesome. I could not do it without them. They were leaders in our facility. And for me, what you talk about, I've seen it happen, but I've not been in an organization where that's real. And it doesn't need to be. When it's not like that, it's so much better. It's so much better.
Yeah. And it takes people like you, Damon, and people that like Scott, Ryan, and Mark here that prioritize hearing women's voices and make sure that there's opportunity when given a chance to hear from somebody that it's like we need support, I think, because without that, then
Not
we're
going
still
to
just
change.
getting treated
Not
like we're
gonna
not
change.
there.
And
Not
But
gonna
there's so
change.
many awesome women making noise in our space too, like Emily, of course, Megan Ziemba,
yep,
Nikki and Allie, who run Automation
Mhm.
Ladies.
Yep.
And you know all of them, Hallie, or is it Hallie?
Yep.
Yeah.
There's
so many people that are just
Yeah.
out here
Yeah.
saying
So-
like, no, we're here and we know what we're talking about.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, and you look at some of the people like a friend of mine, Bridget Brewer, runs a massive manufacturing company.
Mhm.
And she taught me more in my career than any one person.
Right.
And you talk about empathetic leader, gets things done, does the right stuff. I mean the right stuff when the doors are closed.
Mhm.
It's these kind of people are there. We've interviewed several of them too, Curt, from
Tons.
I don't remember all the names, but
Yeah.
so many. And it floors me to
Yeah.
hear that this is still happening, because
Yeah.
it just can't anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We've had, right. We could go on and on.
Yeah, I know. I just where do you start?
In manufacturing. And the funny thing is, before like pre-COVID, when I started doing my whole like e-commerce thing, helping manufacturers, I'm going to say, like, I don't know if it was a majority, but I bet you I was 50-50. Half of my clients were women CEOs or women business owned, and a manufacturer that, Damon, well, that I work with closely. A majority of the folks on the floor and in the office were women. So the thing is, like, I feel like, maybe we're getting past that, over it. But again, so without belaboring that point, Sami, thank you for what you do.
Yes.
And so with that, Damon, here's the little surprise that I have for you. All right, I'm going to share my screen, and so guys, we're here today. If you're just joining us, we're here with Sami Birch, and she's with a company, and man, they are on a mission. And you don't have to take my word for it, because I have a little video that I'm going to play. Can you guys see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
And let's go here, and let's go here. Is it going to make it big? Come on. Oh, Sami, we did it. There we go.
There you go. There you go.
You guys ready? Let's do this. All right, Damon, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
You hear it? How's the sound? Sound okay?
Mission continues to grow and learn the latest technologies, and through this, we get to work with some really cool, smart people across the U.S. It's so important for us to marry technology and people together to build solutions that make the world a better place.
I think the role that we play to make our customers successful is being curious and inquisitive, asking the right questions, and getting to the root of what's necessary and what they need, right? And that takes a lot of perspectives. So we need to be talking to maintenance and quality, and what are the production metrics, and what do you stay up at night with? All those kind of questions help us build that statement around what's needed.
From the get-go, our team really focuses on the fact that we actually collaborate with our customers throughout the entire duration of the relationship and each specific project. We want to make them feel involved. So one of the things that we have the most fun with is the process of whiteboarding.
So we have everybody from mom and pop shops to large companies. They're looking to automate anything that they can. When that labor shortage hit, a lot of these companies almost went under. So their only option was to turn to automation. So it's just very exciting to see everybody getting into the industry these days.
Mission is a place that people are striving to work with because of their integrity and because of the way that our team has brought their experience of many years to solve the problems of today.
Working at Mission Design is a great experience. It's fun every day to come into work, be around passionate people who care about what they're doing and care about who they're doing it with and care about our customers and what their needs are.
Mission exists to deliver a great experience and solutions through a culture of innovation and teamwork.
Mission exists to make people's life better on a daily basis. Learning and understanding customer needs, being able to partner with them, solve the problems, implement it for a better outcome with confidence and expertise makes a great integrator.
We've been taking on more and more interesting projects, And each new project that I'm on, I'm learning new things. My mentors are teaching me a bunch, and I'm always excited for new challenges. So I'm just excited to see what we tackle next. I've been in the automation industry for 1 year.
12 years.
26 years.
27 years.
24 years.
20 years.
34 years.
6 years.
31 years.
9 years.
15 years.
Not long enough. There's so much to learn. 17 years.
33 years and counting.
That's incredible.
All right. How, man.
How fun.
How about an Oscar-winning performance there? How good is that?
Great job, Sammy.
Well,
So,
thank you.
We have a lot to. So, hey.
Oh,
and
my goodness.
Emily hasn't even seen it yet. So, okay. I have a few things unpacked right there. 2020. Damon, I don't know, what did something happen in 2020? I can't remember. Was there like, did an event occur that I should have, all right. So Sammy, I think something happened.
Don't remember.
Right? Little thing called COVID.
Global pandemic.
Well, maybe a little global pandemic. So you had C2 in 2020. Do I have that correct?
That was in 2020. Yep.
So, all right. So you had a COVID baby, if I'm not kind of right.
Yeah, she was born right before. So she was born in November, and then everything shut down in March. So,
March.
All right.
So then
I had barely just started even going back to work, and then everyone got sent home,
the world
and
shut down.
just such an interesting thing to navigate. A scary time to have a newborn.
That's right. So, all right. So not only did you have a child during COVID, you became a COVID baby yourself at Mission Design, right? Like when you started a new gig and just trying to navigate this thing as a new mom and new challenges at Mission. They call you up and say, hey, we need some help here. And so you have a dynamic team at Mission. I'd love to talk about, I want to get into your transition, but I want to unpack, you know what? While it's fresh, everybody's got that video fresh. Let's talk about that. And look at what everybody's saying, man, how inspirational. Yeah. John Baglino, happy Monday, brother. He says that was great. Emily gives a round of applause. Let's dig into that video real quick. Okay. Things that you guys talk about, integrity, collaboration. It was so much fun. You guys talk about innovation. And I love the one person that mentioned, how you guys at Mission make the world a better place on a daily basis. Share, how do you guys make a world a better place on a daily basis?
In a few different ways, starting with automation, making jobs safer, easier to do, better for the physical body and human spirit. Some jobs just are better suited for robots than for humans to be doing them. Mm-hmm. Literal backbreaking labor. So starting there, upgrading people's positions, so eliminating dull, dangerous, dirty, degrading to the human spirit, all the D's that we use to describe some of those hard jobs in manufacturing, that to begin with. Secondly, something we talk about is, we're working with people every day, and they've got their own goals, and what can we do to help them solve the hard challenges that they have so that they can reach their goals? What are we going to do to help get our customer promoted? Like if it's his or her job to get this manufacturing line going, how can we ensure that they are successful? We become an extension of their team. And we think that by creating this culture of collaboration, we can do that, working together with people. We really see ourselves as the extension of our customers' team. And we don't like when things are just transactional. We build relationships with people. Some of my greatest friends I've met through customer transactions, but we really get to know each other, and you go out to lunch or to dinner and you learn about each other's families. And I think having that trust there really helps just create this environment where you can count on people, and it's good for business and it's good for the world if you're inventing new ways to do hard things that haven't been done before.
Absolutely love it. I love all the comments, so you got your management team like Scott and Ryan, Mark. I love Ryan's comment when, how long have you been in this industry? Not long enough. So you're just feeling that enthusiasm from the team of how passionate they are. I wanted to go back to 2020. So you come into Mission and just talk about like what were your goals? What was your objective as the new marketer on the team? This whole process, the company was new to you. You're a new mom. Walk us through that process, and then let's lead up to like the video. You're killing it on LinkedIn, but how was the early days at Mission?
I'll be honest, I was kind of like relying a lot on trust when I came here because it was, while it was a company who was doing well, it was very small compared to what I was used to. And I just wasn't sure almost where to begin. There was a lot of stuff that the Mission was doing well, and there was a lot of room for growth in terms of marketing, documentation, systems in place to help make things efficient. Shortly after I joined, we cleared the area of land that I'm sitting in now, and we built our new building. Navigating how do we communicate with our customers that we are skilled enough to handle their big problems, while some of the floor space we had was so small at the time. And we just kind of talked about, we build these relationships. We talk to people. We work with our suppliers, some of our large suppliers who know us and trust that we know what we're able to do. And it has continued to grow. I was able to bring another person onto my team. Her name's Mandy. She heads up all training and development, oversees recruiting, that type of stuff. And also works with documentation. She was an amazing addition to our team, just to help kind of point things out that maybe we didn't see before in terms of training. That has really helped through some of these growing pains that we talked to before we started recording. When you grow as fast as we have grown, you run into some challenging things you have to navigate in terms of make sure your employees are taken care of first and foremost. But when you've got small departments who are, trying to figure it out, it is a lot of learning on the fly. And I think like having the trust that we have here has maintained this environment where we've been able to continue to grow well, serving our employees and our customers. Yeah. And then, there's a gentleman we work with for video. His name's Connor Rake, who he also is he's from West Michigan. He comes in and helps us with our videos. And we had this idea, like, how do we talk about, some of us have only been at Mission for a few years, but we have a lot of experience in the field. So how do we showcase some of the cool stuff we do here and still talk about, we've been doing this for a long time, actually. Mm-hmm. And that's where we dreamt up the video that we just watched.
I tell you, that was so, and that was so awesome. And when you add up all those years, I mean, you're talking hundreds of years of experience in automation. And so, all right, first off, where are we at time-wise? All right, we're just coming to the top of the hour. Guys, if you're just joining us, we're here with Sami Birch, and we were talking automation. We're talking marketing for manufacturers, women in manufacturers, all sorts of fun, juicy stuff. If you missed it, you want to go back and hit the rewind button because you want to catch, we just showed a wonderful video. Yeah. Now, Sami, you said growing pains and growth. Could you please, curious minds would love to know, how many people were at Mission when you started? I don't remember that number. What was that number?
48.
Sami Birch, question for you, pop quiz. How many employees work for Mission today?
I think we are just at 140. 139 or 140.
Now, Sami, I'm no math major, you, but that sounds like a really, so in a 3-year period, you just went from 48 teammates to 140. That is that is, how about a round of applause for the team mission of you guys, Scott, Ryan, all 140 of you, right? How'd you do it? How do you grow 200, 300% in a matter of 3 years?
I think creating an environment where people want to work, and our recruiting style is, I would say, almost casual in a way. We bring people in for tours. We talk about what we do. I keep saying it. I feel like maybe I've said it so many times, but just creating, like, being people that people can trust and creating an environment where people feel safe is a way to it's good for business and just life in general, I think, to be a good human and create this environment where people want to work. We've also obviously logistically had to scale up our space. We have an awesome facility. If you're ever in West Michigan, I would love to bring you here on a tour. It's really, it's state of the art. Everything is modern and it's beautiful. It's a place where people want to work. In fact, sometimes our customers will, even if they're just down the road, but they come here to see a machine or work through some type of thing, they'll want to camp out here for the day. And because we've got some nice working spaces and little pocket meeting rooms, and we just have a collaborative environment that I think people want to be in. We also are mostly all in the office, which that's not to say that I don't think remote work should be remote when it makes sense. But I think we have the opportunity when we're here to really like collaborate and talk about how was your weekend? You know, we've got work to do, but also we get to know each other. And I think having that sense of community is something that people want, especially after spending 2-3 years in a global pandemic. Like, I'll be honest, when I came to work, I was so thankful to be back in the office, and I'm creative when I'm talking with other people. And so it's just, you have so many more touch points and opportunities to do that when you're here. And I think with recruiting, people feel that when they come here.
Awesome. So, you know, sense of camaraderie, sense of team, sense of family, sense of advancement, you know, like people want to be on that winning team, and you guys are just growing exponentially, super aggressive, state-of-the-art facility, and you're in such a great growth area. You know, so many exciting things going on, Sami. I want to slide into, you are just a brilliant marketer. I know you're super humble, so I'll say it for you. You're absolutely crushing it. You're a big contributor to the growth. If you just came in, we just talked about how at Mission they've gone from 48 employees up to 140 in 3 short years. Sami, talk a little bit about like any advice, tips for, say there's solo marketers out there at a small manufacturer, and they're like, Sami, how are you doing it? What's happening? You know, let's go there. Let's talk about your marketing expertise for manufacturers.
I have a hard time talking about myself, but what I will say is I couldn't do it alone. And my advice would be to lean on your team, and take risks. You know, it's something that I was afraid to do in the beginning, and I think it slowed me down early on because I was afraid to try new things. And I got to tell you, Ryan Lillibridge has been such an advocate for just trying new things and seeing what happens, and Scott as well. But Ryan and I do most of like the marketing brainstorming, and he's been so supportive of just, you know, getting connected with people, networking. And I was a little afraid at first. I had such bad imposter syndrome about owning this department that I was just almost not sure where to start, but like I needed a little bit of support. I have an awesome team. Like I said, Mandy's been such an amazing person on my team, Melissa and Virginia too, if they're listening, you know, and Sarah, who is our newest person on our team. Everyone kind of works together to make sure things happen. And then we have such an open, collaborative sense for what we should work on. Also, getting involved in, I think there was such a debate in 2020 and 2021 on like, is it the death of the trade show? Should we be doing trade shows? Shouldn't we? And for a while we didn't. But I think there's something special about not just showcasing what your technology at the show, but also the ability to connect with other people, to walk the show and talk about things. I think the sense of community you don't get elsewhere. And so I'd recommend even just going to shows if there's a new marketer who's listening or somebody who's trying to kind of do everything. You don't have to do it all at once, but if there are opportunities to like try a little here and see how it goes, and if it has to be experimental. I mean, there's no one answer to marketing for this industry, but I do think that trying things out and seeing how it goes, and then correcting or improving depending on what your results are. Also, like there are so many smart marketers on LinkedIn that are giving advice every day. So tuning in there and just learning what you can.
Well, all right. That slides in perfect to my next question. Damon, what do you got?
Well, I was just thinking how, being away from the trade shows and COVID, made a lot of companies step up their digital game, step up their, their social presence or their own presence on their websites and things like that. Do you think that actually helped you going into the trade shows with the fact that now we may have better outreach, we may know who's going there, all those kind of things that you really didn't have keyed in before?
100%. Absolutely. Yeah. I think you need both.
Yeah.
But I would argue digital first and foremost. But if you can tell people where you're at, why it's important to come see you, let's meet up. I mean, something as simple as that. I mean, I've met you both through LinkedIn, and I bet if you were at a show recently, you'd want to go see Mission. And so it's just one of those things that you just start this momentum and it keeps going digitally. But then if you've got, just like you said, it helps your traction in like real life.
So, Sami, let's go here. You've mentioned LinkedIn. That was perfect. Man, it's like we planned this. Teed up my next question. What has LinkedIn done for you personally? I know like you have amazing friendships. I love following your posts. I love the camaraderie that I see, with you. What has LinkedIn done for you personally, and what has it done for professionally at Mission?
You said it, Curt. My new bestie, Emily, I met her through LinkedIn. Emily Wilkins of Marketing Metal. Shout out to Marketing Metal. Not just her though, all the manufacturing kind of group. I've made so many awesome friends that literally we text like regularly, and we've got a group of women in manufacturing that, we'll just talk about our kids or what's going on. And it's just awesome to have this community that I didn't have before and would not have had it not been for LinkedIn. Professionally, it's helped us grow Mission's brand and myself to get to know people like you both, as well as just boosting kind of awareness about Mission. We've grown a lot in the last couple of years, and I don't think it would have been, I don't want to say it would have been impossible, but brand awareness around Mission definitely wouldn't be what it is without LinkedIn.
Yeah. And it's mind blowing. You have you're just under 5,000 followers.
Yeah. I was just looking at that.
Yeah. I checked it out.
That's crazy cool. Yeah.
A lot of companies were like, oh, the LinkedIn company page just doesn't really work, or I just can't get
got
success,
100 followers.
Momentum. Sami, do you have a silver bullet? Like, what's been your secret? Like, and talk about like, how has it helped, did you have to line yourself with the sales team? But like, what's been some of your success for the Mission Design LinkedIn page?
A little bit of kind of what you said. So I'll encourage the sales team to get on there. Yeah. When I started, I don't think we had 500 or even 400 followers. But we just started posting, talking about our people first and foremost. If you can't tell, that's our the number one thing we care about is people. And so we started just putting content out there about our team and talking about who we are. And I think people want to work with people. And so if you can just tell them transparently who you are and what you're doing, then they'll want to engage in your content. I also, we put out some campaigns. We had a construction automation focused campaign that we put some LinkedIn ad spend towards, and that helped a bit as well. And then I talked to our sales team about inviting their people, because I can invite everybody I know, but who I know isn't who you know. And so if we're all working together, it helps. And if, there's other marketers out here who are trying to who are kind of in it where you're like, there's so many things that fall under the marketing umbrella. I don't know where to start, leaning on your team to help with some of those things really, really is helpful, as well as, just consistent content. That one's hard. I will be the first to admit that one is, it's hard when you're a small team to even know what to write about, or I guess kind of circling back to what I said earlier, I didn't know where to start, or sometimes I felt like I had imposter syndrome, or I did definitely have imposter syndrome about what to talk about. But the thing is, people probably are looking to you to be the voice. And if you would just get out of your own way to do it, then you could do it. And so keeping myself in check for some of those things and just putting content out there that I think really exemplifies who we are as a company has helped.
Yeah. And you can see it in your posts on your company page. I'm flipping through them here. You're showing people, some of the same people you see in the video, talking about things there. You see at the shows how you're helping customers and just, a couple of them, the golf outing, some other things like that. I mean, it's just so great to be able to see your company engaging with the world that way and showing how you are human, because you said it before, we're trying to be good humans and people want to do business with good people. I mean, that's the way it is. And very cool.
It's exciting when you see success for good people, and it's just so admirable what you guys are doing at Mission Design and Automation. Check out their website. It is absolutely phenomenal. Sami, I want to be mindful of your time. I know you are super busy. I've got 2 last questions for you. Damon, what do you got?
Well, and we haven't even talked about, I mean, I still am blown away at the solutions you guys are producing, because if people haven't been around, I mean, I started out in my career, I got an engineering degree in automation. That's what I did for the first 5-6 years of my career. Right. The stuff you guys are doing is absolutely fantastic. It is the coolest stuff you're going to see anywhere. Yeah. So, and we didn't talk about that and we don't need to, but I just want to make sure, go check out their stuff.
Check out their stuff. It's good stuff, right, Sami?
Yeah,
that's right. Our YouTube channel has a lot of like the machine videos on it that you can actually see the automation in action. And everything we do is custom, so it's the floor looks different every month. It's very, very cool.
I will give you a content idea for your company page. You never need to worry about content. Just share some of those videos. Some of those videos. Right. Oh my goodness.
People just are gonna.
They're just captivated by them.
So let's go here. You know what? I might keep it for a couple more questions, but I say, like, I only have 2 questions left, and like 5 questions later, I'll be like, Sami, I'm but all right. So first off, check out, you guys want to connect with Sami on LinkedIn, please do so. You will thank us later. Check out their website, incredible videos. As she just mentioned, go to their YouTube channel. If you missed it earlier, we showed their company video, just the passion, the enthusiasm coming out of your company, the technology, the advancements, just off the charts. Sami, if you had any advice for that solo marketer, like you said, like thank you for sharing that imposter syndrome, right? That takes a lot of courage. You were on a live show and you're like, man, I'm struggling with, imposter syndrome, but like, it feels like you really kind of got into your own, you're in the zone. And now, like, you've created that camaraderie with your team that now you have that direction. For a new marketer in manufacturing out there, or a company that's smaller, any advice, like, where should they start? Like, what would be like a good baby step if they're feeling overwhelmed? How could you help that new marketer for a manufacturer?
Yeah, I think the best place to start is probably digitally on LinkedIn. That's where you can both kind of practice creating content, and I shouldn't even say practice. It's putting it into practice. But even if you're publishing it, that's a good place to start. And then you can also learn so much there. But I guess one of our, as a leadership team here at Mission, one of our kind of agreed upon guidelines is, if we're going to fail, we're going to fail forward. And I feel like if you're a new marketer and you're afraid to try something, don't be. Trust that it's okay to make mistakes, because that's the only way, 1, you learn, and 2, you just don't know sometimes what you don't know until you try it. Mm-hmm. And so some things work, some things don't. Most things do. So just not being afraid to try new things, but definitely getting on LinkedIn, because not only does it give you the platform to practice and then engage with other people, but also you can learn from others and take inspiration from how things are working for other companies. Follow companies that you like and just see what they do. What is it about that you like? And then, maybe you can put your own type of twist on it, or try something new and see how it goes.
That was a drop the mic moment right there, Damon. So that was brilliant advice. I absolutely love that, Sami. If you're a small marketer, small company, whatever the case is, check out companies that you like, that you admire, Boy,
Mm-hmm.
let me give you some advice. Sammy's super humble. Follow what Sammy's doing and just take a page
Yeah.
out of her book. And she has a great playbook on how to really spice things up. And Damon, as we love to say, let's stop being the best kept secret. Sammy, one more question. Damon and I are proud girl dads. For young women out there who high school, college age, they're thinking about a career. Why are all the cool kids pursuing a career in manufacturing?
There's so many different avenues in manufacturing. I think the old idea of manufacturing is like you're gonna go put like screws in a car panel in a shop, and that's just so not what it is at all. You know, I love that my job. I'm kind of was always like a weird art kid. I never saw myself in manufacturing, and
Nice.
but you know, I feel like my job is where art meets tech, and it's very fun to be able to do that.
Where art meets tech.
And I think, you know, for young ladies who are kind of, it can be a little intimidating because most of the time what you see is men in manufacturing, but no, that's not the case. We're here too. And there's so many cool jobs, not only in engineering, which are fabulous jobs and awesome career pathways. And if you're somebody that's into that type of thing, then I would recommend doing it and connecting with people like people at Mission or in your community. If there's other manufacturers, I'm sure they would love to like have you for a tour and talk about, I mean, everybody in manufacturing is experiencing a labor shortage. And so
Mm-hmm.
I think if like one thing that we do is we bring in high school students or we connect with our local tech center and just try to be mentors to students and let them know like, hey, there's careers here. Even if you're not an engineer or a machine builder, I'm certainly not. But I've been able to build a really good career. And so have other people here that aren't doing necessarily engineering things, but there's so many jobs and so many good opportunities in the industry.
Yeah. Yep.
What was that? Mic drop number what, Damon? I lost.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
So, okay. Hashtag art meets tech. Manufacturing is art meets tech. Sammy, that was a total drop the mic right there. You for that one. All right, so let's unpack. Let's do a little recap. Damon, we're gonna wind things down. First off, Sammy, man, thank you. I had really high expectations. I hate to tell you, but you just far exceeded them. It's a wonderful conversation. Awesome. You are an incredible inspiration to everybody out there. Please follow Sammy. Check out what's going on at Mission. Sammy, I do have one last question for you. Are you sitting down for this last question?
Yes, let's hear it.
Are you a baseball fan by any chance? Baseball?
I mean, I like the Detroit Tigers, but okay. I'm kind of a poser, honestly.
Okay, so
that's all right.
Well, you know, base, you get it, right? Baseball,
yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, and my husband loves baseball.
All right, so
So you gotta be careful now, because if he hears this, he's gonna hear your answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So are you all right? So you're definitely she's sitting down.
Oh my goodness.
So,
yeah.
All right, you ready? All right. So Sammy, let's just say a hypothetical. I'm asking for a friend. Let's say that the Detroit Tigers are playing a game. It's a bottom of the ninth inning, and it's a tie score. Okay, it's a tie score. Detroit Tigers are playing. There's a person on second base. And if that person scores, the game's over. Okay, there's 2 outs, bottom of the ninth. The manager of the Detroit Tigers turns on the bench and yells, "Hey, Birch, get up to the plate and hit in the winning run. I've got dinner reservations. We need this game to end, and I need you to go up and hit the winning hit to score that run." You with me?
Mm-hmm.
As you walk up to the plate, Sammy, to hit that winning run, what is your walk-up song? What song is on the loudspeaker to have Sami Birch hit the winning run to get this game over with? What is your walk-up song?
I have 2. Initially, all I do is Win by DJ Khaled.
All I do is win.
I mean, that would be such a hype song. The other one would be Fly by Rihanna, but that's a little bit more. But those are both good, like get you pumped up. I can do this, inspirational. I mean, the DJ Khaled one's a little self-serving, but whatever. It's a fun song.
Hey, that was like mic drop number 10. I lost that. Dan Bigger says Sunshine, Lollipops, Rainbows. So Dan, thank you. Sammy, thank you for the answer. Pass that one on to your husband, right? That is, ask him tonight. Say, hey, honey, if, give him that scenario. Say, hey, what would be your walk-up song? It's just a little conversation piece. So, all right, guys, we're going to wind down. Damon, your takeaways from this dynamic, amazing, wonderful conversation with our friend Sami Birch. What are your takeaways today? Are you on mute?
Sorry, I was looking up the DJ Khaled song, and I always put it on mute because sometimes it plays. But I'm gonna play it after this because I gotta hear it.
In there, Damon.
Yeah. But thanks so much just for sharing. I mean, you guys are doing some really cool stuff there, and your story, coming in, learning, and being able to be, and how they've really embraced, brought you in, and now you're this part of this team doing great things. Is so cool. Just so cool. Thanks for being here today.
Future looks super bright, Sammy.
Yeah.
Again, you are an inspiration. Any parting words, last thoughts that you want to share, Sammy, as we close out?
Just thanks for having me today. It's been a great conversation. I love talking with you both. And yeah, if there's anyone out there that, has questions about marketing or manufacturing or feels lost, don't be afraid to send a message. Inbox is open. So.
Absolutely. And hey, Karen, happy Monday. She says,
Karen.
Great lunchtime treat. And so, guys, thank you if you caught this live. Thank you for spending your lunchtime, your this opportunity with us here to talk, chat with Sammy. If you're catching this on replay, please connect with Sammy on LinkedIn. Check out the amazing work that's going on at Mission. Sammy, hang out with us for 1 second. Guys, we're going to close out. We thank you. We appreciate you. We wish you an amazing, incredible week. Go out and absolutely crush it. Damon, I got a heavy week we got workshops, jam sessions. I'm doing a gig for Alibaba this week. We're doing a big gig with the Illinois MEP IMAC. We have another great guest. We have another Michiganer, Jim,
Michigander.
Man, I was doing so good.
You were really close, man.
I was close. Another gentleman from Michigan who writes for manufacturing for Forbes, and that's going to be on Friday. So all sorts of exciting things going on this week. And so thank you guys. Be an inspiration, just like our friend Sammy, and you're just going to go out and keep crushing it. God bless you guys. Hang out with us.
Thanks, everyone.
Sammy.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.